I've noticed recently that LEGO's gotten a lot better with dealing with leaks recently. It feels like the moment something leaks, boom, immediately after, it's on the website, official pictures. People aren't getting a clout off of it. And I'm always going to try to wait for the official releases because I do not want LEGO to absolutely run me into the ground on a brand new channel. But these dunk sets, the pictures are out, and I gotta say, I'm liking what you're getting. It is funny that a LEGO single shoe is the same price as actual shoes. I don't know how much dunks are on their own, but I know like Air Forces are like 80, 90. Well, I'm seeing the non-high tops online are like $70, but high tops are about, let's check. All right, never mind. High tops are a bit more expensive. Shoes that look just like this are about like $180 to $300. So you know what? One shoe for $100 isn't too far off. But let's dig into this set real quick because I like what I'm seeing here. The first thing that I noticed is that you do get the shoe and it can come off the stand, but it got this great dunk logo and a basketball sitting next to it. And you can see from this image from the top of the shoe, it looks like it's a bunch of different detailing, sticker and printed. I think the front of the shoe is a printed piece while the laces are stickers. I think the front of the tongue is probably stickers too, but I think the back that's hiding the hole and actually hiding the figure, I think that's a printed piece. But I also think that's one of those moments like the front of the UCS stands where there probably is a dimple and they're just faking it in the image. At least that's my assumption because I've never seen a flat piece that looks that exact shape that's that big. But just from the look on the outside, it seems like they're just put a lot of detail into this design. The blue contrasts with the green, the sand green very nicely. But now we got to get into that figure because first of all, super odd to have a basketball head guy, but oh my god, the LEGO sports jersey, first of all, that just looks cool on its own. But leading into the legs and then the shoes, having printed side leg printing and front printing of the Nike Dunks on this is just perfect. They nailed the printing on this figure, and I kind of wish I liked the head a little bit more, but that body, that leg, those are some of the best LEGO printing we've gotten in ages. It honestly looks so dang good on that figure. For me, if I was to get this set, I don't think I'd display it with the full dunk and the basketball. I think the biggest like flaw for this one is the basketball. I think I'd display it on its own of just the shoe. But that figure alone is pushing me to be like, yeah, this set's probably pretty worth it. And on top of that, almost 1,200 pieces for $99. That's like such a better price per piece count than we've gotten in many other sets recently. And then as I'm looking at other images that shows the one with the clip, I just realized that the front of the shoe can come out and you can change the laces. You can go blue lace or green lace, and that makes sense with the green outline of the actual Dunk logo. And this image is showing a lot of things actually, because not only is it showing the laces, but it's showing that you can lift up the tongue like it's an actual shoe and use it as sort of a cup holder. Like that's a actual purpose to getting this set and having it on display where you can just put your things in. They're putting AirPods and paper clips in there, but I can see this being a pretty good like key holder. And then you can slot the basketball guy right up in the back and kind of hide him away, but why would you ever want to hide away that figure? That's a great figure to put on display. Don't hide it in the back of the shoe as an Easter egg. And it's also showing another thing it didn't show before, because on the basketball, yeah, the basketball can spin around. That kind of made sense. But it also has a Nike sticker on it. So it does kind of have a little bit more uniqueness to it than I first gave it credit for. So yeah, I think this is the best of like the shoe sets we've gotten so far. I do wish they included one more figure because like I remember from the old Adidas shoe promo that they got, that there was the Adidas box. If they just did the same thing but with a Nike box, I think this would be like no-brainer. Pick this thing up. It's a great dang set. But otherwise, this is still really, really good, especially for what you're getting. I do think the basketball looks a little bit funky and a little bit small on the top. But once again, stuff like that is kind of also just there to pad out the piece count. Because if you didn't include that basketball, this set could be a $70 set, maybe $80, and I think it would be much more of a sell because just the Dunk logo in the shoe do look way better without the basketball, and I kind of want to see what it looks like in the reviews without the basketball on it. But yeah, from initial reactions, this is like an 8 out of 10 for me, and the value that you're getting is pretty decent, and the quality seems pretty decent as well. So let me know what you thought about this set, and I'm out. Peace.